Hey guys, what's going on? Druzy here, back again with another South Park Phone Destroyer video, and the second video of the day here today, as we need to talk about the balance changes that have been announced for this coming seasonal reset, which will be in about a week from now or so, when we should get that live for us. But, of course, the weekly timetable is here, and of course the big news that many of you have heard in the other video I posted today is that Henrietta will be coming in the weekend event this weekend, Friday and the weekend. So here is her card art, here is all that information for her here in this section here, but again, all that information is in the other video I posted today, so if you want more information on Henrietta, you can find it there. So, but this one again is going to focus on these upcoming balance changes here at the bottom. So, biggest changes, kind of surprising. One not big surprise, which we'll talk about towards the end here, but we have a Shaman token buff, his second buff he's received in this year, in 2020, I believe. So we've got, this is a very lengthy paragraph here of Shaman tokens, so let's break it down for you guys. So we've brought down his charge duration from 12 seconds to 5 seconds, so it's over 50% stronger. I think it's 60-some percent percentage-wise better, and made some edits on how his powers work. So his card text will now be charged. So it used to be it was always a charge ability for Shaman token, and a lot of us, myself included, felt that it should be a war cry, but we'll see what the charge changes do for Shaman token to make it, if it's more of a viable charge. Removes mind control from enemies, so that's interesting. Then removes negative effects from allies. Let's break this down. Removes mind control from enemies means that you will get back the units that your opponent has currently mind controlling. So that's a positive. So obviously it would work as a negative against Mind Control the Spell, Mecha Timmy, and Cyborg Kenny, right? Then removes negative effects from allies. This is the same as before, except that it will also affect units that you just got back. Additionally, Mind Control is no longer considered a negative effect, as it is a positive effect for the person who plays the card. This means that you won't lose the units that you took from your opponents through Mind Control until the effect normally wears off. Finally, he is now able to remove max health down effects from Dragon Slayer Red and Labar Jimmy. The spell Purify will also remove those effects now. Okay, so Purify as a spell got a buff, as it will remove Dragon Slayer Red and Labar Jimmy's health down effects. So it will cancel those out, basically making them not as viable anymore. And then you've got, of course, Mind Control will no longer consider a negative effect, as a positive effect for the person who plays it. Okay, so it means that you will lose the unit that you took from your opponent through Mind Control, so you won't use it until the effect normally wears off. That's a lot. So that's a lot to Shaman token. Obviously, they're trying to break it down in English terms. So you can take Mind Control units back with his charge ability, so that's a positive. And it will remove the negative effects from things including all that stuff. Okay, so like poison, obviously, it will remove now the debuff from the health down effect and things like that. So that's a decent buff for Shaman token. Does it make Shaman token meta? Not really, because I mean, it's only affecting his charge. All this is only affecting his charge. It's not affecting any of his base stats. So this might be good for lower level arenas. That's about it. And maybe I'll mess around with them on my Adventure Locked account. But as for ladder, in high tier legendary, no one will be running Shaman token, and more people might play him maybe, but I don't see, like, I get that Mind Control has kind of shifted back into the meta. It kind of took a step back after the Dar nerf that didn't allow Dar to steal a Mind Control unit, right? So then you saw Mind Control take a slight step back. Mind Control feels pretty rampant in high tier legendary now, or more so than it did before. So I could see this being somewhat of a change, and Adventure has seen a resurgence in the meta more so recently, especially with Dar and Ink and Craig and stuff like that. But I still think most of those players that would be playing that theme combination, or that theme in general, probably wouldn't run Shaman, because Shaman really isn't as necessary. And again, his baseline stats, and he's a common card, and he is, yes, a 3-cost energy card for a fighter card, but I still don't think Shaman Token's really that worth it, so I don't foresee him being played that much, at least in the arena I'm in. So I don't know. I don't think this is like, yeah, he's kind of a meme favorite for a lot of players as far as Shaman Token is concerned, but he's really not that great of a card, and I really don't think this is really going to make him game altering for higher tier ladder or higher in Legendary Arena at all, really. But maybe it will. I don't know. I think it'll make him definitely better for Team Wars. It'll make him something that'll be scarier for that, and maybe for Chaos Mode, but Chaos Mode kind of sucks right now. So whatever. I'm not super excited about this one, I'm going to be honest with you, but some of you guys might. So, it is what it is. City Walk guy is getting a buff. That's kind of surprising. So we've lowered the charge duration from 5 to 2 seconds, so that is really fast as far as how often he gets his charge back. And increases his explosive range from 1.75 to 1.9, a change of 8.5%. So he gets a larger explosive range, as well as it comes back over 50% faster. So, I mean, that's cool and all, but remember, he needs units to explode. So if he's exploding way faster, it means, yeah, he has more potential to explode with, a chicken coop, or, you can play kind of sporadically change the way you deploy new cards, right? Or new swarm units for him to use, or animal units, I guess, for him to use. So that's kind of nice, I guess, but I don't see this being game altering really either. Again, I see this being better suited for like Team Wars or something like that. So we got Friar Jimmy buff. Dude, no one should be worried about this one, because this isn't changing anything either. We've raised his base heal power from 2 to 4. Cool. Given him an increased power range of 13%. That doesn't... Okay. And increases base health from 132 to 150. So, Friar Jimmy's still bad. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to be honest. Like, he at one point was one of the strongest cards in the entire game, right? When common cards rule the world. But since then, he's been terrible, and it kind of looks like it kind of stays the same here. So Storyteller Jimmy is also getting a buff. So it looks like the Jimmys are getting a buff, or a lot of buffs here, possibly. Storyteller Jimmy, we've increased his debuff power from -12 to -18. Okay, so that's not enough. And changed it so that he will now target the new kid as well as other cards. Well, that's interesting. Okay. We've also increased his power range by 13% from 1.5 to 1.7 and raised his base health from 211 to 235. I mean, yeah, that's a nice health buff for Jimmy. But Storyteller Jimmy, in all honesty, is in the top 5 bottom tier epic cards in the game. And I think he still stays as kind of crappy here, but I think he gets better, obviously, for lower level arenas and Team Wars again. I mean, like, a lot of these balance changes, in all honesty, are not sexy enough for ladder. That's all these matter. Like, all that the balance changes are supposed to focus on is general ladder. And general ladder, a lot of these changes are obviously going to focus on all the different tiers of ladder, right? You can't just focus on just Legendary Arena. You can't focus just on Silver or just on Bronze. But like a lot of the superhero changes, the nerfs that they received now months and months ago now, all were focused on trying to make them not as strong on lower arenas. Because, in all honesty, superheroes isn't that great in Legendary Arena. So, when I saw all those nerfs, I'm like, why are you nerfing these cards? And then when I switched to an Adventure Locked account and I started playing in Bronze and Silver League, then it kind of made a little bit more sense. Because I think the vast majority of the player base, I think there's more people in Silver League than there is in any other. I think Silver and Legendary, there's probably the least amount in Bronze because there's probably not a lot of newer players coming in the game, in all honesty. So I get that the focus generally is going to be on lower level Legendary, like 6 to 7k area, and then most likely the 5,000 to 6,000 range of Silver, which is cancerous because of deranking mostly. But I mean, I get that you got to focus on cards on all levels and all tiers, right? But the Friar Jimmy, that's a pointless buff. In all, it's not going to do anything. It really isn't in the grand scheme of things. And then Storyteller Jimmy, this isn't going to do much either. It really isn't. This is a tease of buffs, in my opinion. But what do I know? So Labar Jimmy, his max health down effect can now be removed by both Shaman, Token, and Purify. So there's no nerf to Labar Jimmy, just that his max health down effect can be affected by 2 different items. So I think Purify will definitely see a resurgence and will be more viable now. And Dragon Slayer Red, same thing. So no real nerf to her other than the fact that Shaman, Token, and Purify can cancel her max health down. And then Mind Control, Mecha Timmy, and Cyborg Kenny, again, these mind controlled related abilities can now be removed by Shaman tokens. So really, in all honesty, there's only 4 changes. Well, 5, I guess, Purify. So there's 5 card changes. Purify is ninjally snuck in there for taking down max health down effects from Labard and Dragon Slayer Red. But that's it. Okay, Red Links. What are we doing with Dar? Nothing, apparently, is the answer to that question. Why are we not nerfing Dar? There needs to be something done. She's everywhere. She's cancerous, and yet you do nothing about her. She's on all tiers of ladder, except bronze maybe, because you can't unlock her. She's all over Silver League, all over Legendary Arena. She is the cancer. She's basically the new cancer of this game, and is causing a lot of people to leave this game. But yet we continue to not address the Dar situation. Please, for the love of God, if Dar is not balanced next month, then I don't know what a lot of people are going to... I feel like a lot of people are going to leave this game. More people are leaving. You're losing players more than gaining players. There's no way you're gaining more players to take over the ones you're losing. And the ones you're losing, most likely, are the ones that could be possibly spending money to keep this game free to play. Now, you know, it is what it is. I feel like, you know, putting the goth kids in here probably saved Red Links, and they've probably profited off it to some degree. But realistically, as a whole, I've known a vast majority of high-end people that have played this game for a long time, maybe not spent money, but at least played the game a lot, have left. And a lot of that is because, and I'm not saying Dar is the only reason for that. There are other reasons for that. But this game is stagnant. This game is remaining stagnant. These changes do nothing. These changes do not change the game in any dramatic way to make it to where it's like, oh, cool, let's look forward to next month when things will be better. There's nothing better here. None of these changes significantly affect myself in Legendary Arena as a whole, or the vast majority of players that really focus primarily on this game, and that's usually people in Legendary Arena. I mean, I'm not saying that people in Silver and Bronze don't care about this game. I'm just saying, like, those are the ones that have stuck around the longest and have been playing this game the longest, generally. Because over time they've been able to level their cards and finally get to Legendary Arena. So this is a detriment to that player base, to the core OGs that have been in this game for 3 years now, almost. I mean, this game's been out for 3 years now. And you continue to shit on us by not giving us any changes of any significance in Legendary Arena. And that's just my honest opinion. I don't have a problem with Red Links as a whole. I've said this many times. I'm frustrated with the staleness of this game currently. And the last event was very hard to play. And this upcoming event might be a little bit better because there's a new card. There's potential for Legendary Arena. But, I mean, that you can't do it. You can't just throw in Legendary Arena cards every month and expect us to stick around. Because a lot of the player base is going to get fed up with that system as well, and they'll leave too. So Red Links, please, for the love of God, fix Dar. Honestly, I'll take anything right at this point, right? She's too good. She is too much value, and we continue to do nothing about her. These changes don't affect Legendary Arena at all. They really don't. And anyone that says they do, I don't know why you would think that, because I really don't. None of these changes really do anything for Legendary Arena. They really don't. None of these cards will be used in high-level Legendary. Nobody above 7,000 ELO will play any of these cards except for events. That's the truth. So until you do something to help us up top as well, and not just the ones in Silver and lower-level Legendary Arena, then this game will stay where it is. Boring and stagnant. At most of the time. And that's it's sad because I've enjoyed playing this game for a long time, and I know this is like a little mini rant at the end of this video that probably most of you will have not watched because you don't care, and that's fine. I understand that, but I'm just gonna give you guys I'm gonna give my honest opinion. I do this in streams too. I had a good solid rant the other day, and then I got a Sizzler Stewart out of it, I guess. So I guess it was kind of worth it. But I mean, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not just gonna sit here and just shout praises all the time if I feel like there's no praises to shout. I don't feel like there's any praises to shout with this update. I feel like this balance changes are terrible. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? I want to know what you guys think as well. It's not just about me. I'm not the only person that knows anything. But that's it. You guys always ask me what do I think about these changes. Well, there you go. I just told you they're all bad. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's probably way longer than it should have been for a balance change video, but it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, guys, my name is Druzy.